Cheers. You got something to cheers? Chink.
Yeah.
So I just do my little intro, ask you about your name, and then we just start talking.
For sure.
Okay. This is the fucking Low Road once again. I drove my ass on down to Arvada to meet a very, very special videographer. For my millions and billions of fans, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's good? I'm DirectorAve.
Yes, sir. DirectorAve. First things first, how you spell that?
DirectorAve. It's like Av, but it's Ave.
And you know what? And I'm glad you said that.
A lot of people think it's Av.
Yeah, I thought it was Av as well.
A lot of people.
And now, how'd you get that name, man? Did you name yourself like Kobe? You know, you're just like, you know what? I'm Black Mamba now. What do you think?
I went through a bunch of names throughout, starting throughout my music industry career, and I kind of always went by Abe. My real name's Avery. So
Heard that.
So I went through a few different things based on like who I was working with at the time, but I ended up settling on DirectorAve and kind of just works for Universal. I make music and beats and engineer too, so I can direct the beat, direct the mix, direct the video.
What would you say? Do you think you're mostly focused on one thing, or because I know you as a videographer, right? Do you think that's something you're mostly focused on while you can do the rest, or is it even? What do you think?
Yeah, so recently I've been spending the majority of my time on animated projects, not even just normal music videos. I still, I'll definitely make music with the homies or with some art or engineer an artist maybe a couple times a month. But yeah, the majority of my day-to-day, 9 to 5 type of grind is animating music videos.
So somebody can say I shot a video, I can send you the clips, and then you can take that as an editor and then also add your 3D animation too?
Yeah.
Or do you have to be there for all of it?
Yeah, for VFX and 3D animation, the best thing you can do is to have an expert on set so they can tell you how how to set up your camera settings and move the camera to make sure that if you are putting any 3D animation into real life footage that it comes in there clean too. So usually the process for something like that is I like to be on set. If not, I like to communicate with the person shooting the video, the proper way to do it.
Full control. Are you a control freak, or you just like to have control?
I'm probably a control freak. I just feel
maybe a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah, I trust myself on every level of the production. So if there's someone I don't trust in that production process, I might put my hands where they shouldn't be.
You might have to X them out.
Yeah,
take them out a little bit, cut them out. See, that's how these rapper beefs start, man. You're a musician too. You gotta be careful, man. You don't want no smoke.
Yeah, I definitely fell out with.
You do.
I fell out with a few people over content related creative control.
It's interesting, and it's so common, yeah.
For me, in the moment, it was worth it because they didn't see my vision, and I ended up moving up the industry because I went with the way that I thought was right, which ended up, being the right decision in the long run.
Exactly. You're investing in yourself. You have to trust yourself first.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you told me you're originally from Oregon.
Yep.
Right. So I want to go back to that. And what part of Oregon are you from originally?
I'm from Southern Oregon, like pretty much the border of California, a small town called Phoenix. But not much was going on there. I decided to come out to Colorado for school, see what that was about, and kind of fell in love with the city of Denver in particular, and been here ever since.
Now we have to pause that. Now, Phoenix, Oregon.
Yeah.
You said there's not much going on there. Is it like a small college town? Is it country?
It's like farmland.
It's just like...
Yeah, I grew up on a farm, like...
Really?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Cows, pigs,
Really?
grass. Now, we've been converting to some newer cash crops. But
Yeah.
but I grew up as a farmer in a really small town, and came out to Colorado, and Colorado felt huge to me coming from that size of a town. And as I've been in Denver's definitely seemed to get smaller.
Now that you're getting used to it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like such a big city anymore. And like, I don't know, I could definitely see myself living in a bigger city in the future.
Now I wonder about director Ave here. Now, did you start feeling like a creative when you moved from Oregon, or was this something that was kind of in you at an early age as an adolescent? What do you think
Yeah.
you started at least noticing where you're creative? It could be anything. It could be you watching a show and you hearing like, some kind of jingle for the opening of a cartoon or something. You're like, yo, that's fucking hard. Like, it's something about your ear or something about your sight or some movie. Was there
Yeah.
something that lets you know like, yo, I'm creative. I'm about to do something.
I don't know. I feel like music and video was kind of always intertwined. I've been making music since I can remember. I've been singing since I can remember, and I've been making videos since I can remember. Like, I had a camera when I was like, 8, 9 years old, and I was
Hell yeah.
putting together clips of me doing random shit in the backyard, just messing around. But
Wait, back then, did you have an editing software, or like at least a free one?
yeah,
Or something?
I was
Do you
using
remember?
I was using Windows Movie Maker back then. Like, that was just the software that was free to me at the time, and I had a real cheap camera, and it worked.
Yeah.
But from there, I started just kind of just shooting whatever I could find. But what I got into early, which kind of makes sense on my path now, was like visual effects. I got into, I don't know what movie it was in particular. Maybe it was some sci-fi movie
Like
or
The
Star
Matrix or
Wars,
some
some
shit?
shit like that. And I just saw it, and I was like, yo, I kind of want to do that. And in like 2011, maybe like 2010, I started learning visual effects. And I kind of was focused heavy on that for a little bit. And then I kind of fell off with that, went into more like filmmaking, like cinematic filmmaking styles. And then
You mean like different techniques?
yeah,
As far as like,
I was more focused on the editing side before the shooting. And once I figured out kind of the first program I really got into as an editor was After Effects, which is
Okay.
like the main Adobe effects program. Most people started, and I started watching tutorials, and from there, like, I went into, like I said, more cinematic filmmaking. I was learning how to shoot video, which I knew was kind of going to be an important part of the process.
yeah, if you want your hands on all of it. Right?
Yeah, so I learned that, kind of focused on that for a little bit, and then I kind of fell off with video altogether and focused on music for a little bit.
And why do you think that is? Do you think you just wanted to try something else, or do you think
I
it
just
was? I don't know. Well, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I think the reason I fell off from music, or from video, and switched over to music for a little bit was I just I have a passion for making music, and I always have. And I think I saw my path in music for a little bit. And then music videos, while I was doing music and music videos at the
Yeah.
same time.
Well, what kind of music do you make? Because I don't think I know that.
Yeah.
I know your editing and video styles.
Yeah.
As it is now, I'm sure it will evolve. But
Yeah.
What kind of music were you making, and what kind of music do you make now?
I always been
And
like,
the preface is we were just talking about this and
Yeah.
how because I have music too. We don't really put that much stuff out, but you still
Yeah.
put the time in, and you still
Yeah,
make it.
for
So
sure.
what are you making? What songs are you making that we'll never hear?
yeah. So I mostly sing. I don't really rap. I don't really know what to call like the genre of music that I make, but it's like
Like sing
It's-
or like rap sing?
it's like it's a little bit on the rap sing side, but not hard rap singing, like very melodic music.
Yeah.
I usually make most of the beats that I get on myself, so I don't know, I've always just had a passion for music, and at one point in my life I kind of saw that a little clearer than I saw my future in video, and it was more exciting to me to be, the face of it rather than behind the camera. But over time, like, I've realized that I don't necessarily want to be the face of it. I've gotten a taste of what fame is, and just a taste was a lot for me. And I don't know, that level of attention is something that I'm really like striving for in my life.
Do you think that kind of attention is a bit overwhelming? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
You seem like a chill dude. You seem like you wouldn't really be on that.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm not really trying to be like, I'm not really trying to be cool. I just want to live my life, and I don't know. I see a lot.
You don't want to be the most popular guy.
No, I don't. I want to be, known for what I do, but I don't necessarily want to have like, that pocket watching eyes on me at all time. I live my life
Pocket watching you.
to a certain extent. Yeah, locally,
Why do you think they doing that, man? They just nosy? Are they bored? They got nothing to do?
I think
Are they threatened by you?
there's probably a mix of everything going on in there, and I think that I think it's important to understand what other people got going on, but then there's also like a line that people, when I meet people and they know more about me than they should know. Like, that's the type of stuff that make me not want to be like in the main spotlight.
Yes.
I kind of like the background roles a lot more now, just because I see people online, rappers, musicians, and they're the focus of the attention, so they get the most hate. And although I feel like I can deal with a little bit of hate and backlash, like. If I got like 30,000 people telling me to die every day, like, I don't know how I would handle that. I haven't been in that position yet, so I don't know how I would actually,
You gotta turn your fucking comments off.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to be. I don't even want to
then,
be in that position.
But then, I don't know.
Although you might have a lot of love coming your way, just think about like all the artists that got smoked this year from like internet beef.
Yo.
Like
They all dying right now.
Yeah.
That's why when I talk to some of these young bulls, I be like, yo, like, the way you talk is crazy. The way you talk is crazy. Like, if you're about it, sure. But why are you even setting yourself up?
Yeah, people are setting themselves up, and I don't know. I was listening to Pop Smoke's song Paranoid today, and I was just, man, like, he had a right to be paranoid. He literally, people came and smoked him, and he predicted it.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, I don't know how making music.
Damn. I mean, a lot of those guys. Usually, the really okay. Obviously, respect the dead. I'm not trying to say but every rapper who dies, every musician who dies is not a good musician, right? But it seems like the ones who are, if like Pop Smoke or XXX, or you can go all the way back to Pac, they make songs like that. They make songs talking about like, yo, someone's gonna kill me, bro, and then boom, it happens. It's eerie. It's eerie.
And it's tragic too, because they saw it coming, and they couldn't do anything about it.
So let's do a hypothetical, and say you made a video and that shit popped off crazy, right? You get those 30,000 comments on Twitter, on YouTube, or whatever. How do you think you will come at it? Because there's different ways. There's you can ignore it, or you could be like Wale or Azalea Banks and like argue with people
Try to
online.
snap back. No, I definitely.
Or have to turn your shit off, or how do you think you would handle it?
Yeah, there's, like you said, there's a few different ways you could approach that, but I don't know. Like, personally, I like, right now, I'm getting some love, but I'm not getting a crazy amount of love, and I don't really get any hate right now, so I can't really say how I would react to that much hate. But
you know yourself better than anybody,
Yeah, it's true. But like until you're in that position of, feeling that many people just coming at you, you never know. You never know how you would react to that situation. And I feel like personally, like I would try to just ignore it. But like, if someone has something to say, I listen to people's criticism, and there's a difference between, criticism and hate. People,
constructive,
yeah,
and
and
then
just hate,
being mean.
Yeah, so like, I don't know. I probably listen to people too much, and don't kind of just if someone got something to say to me and it's negative, like I'll think about it, like I'll dwell on it, which is it's kind of a negative thing, and when it's one or two people, I'm able to handle it, but at scale, like 30,000 people. Thinking about all those things, if I see them all, at that point, you just can't look at your comments because, any sane person seeing that much hate against them, it's not going to be a positive thing.
It's gotta get you a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some people that got superhuman shit going on.
Yeah, some people can take that. I'm not that type of person. I'll take that shit too hard. So. I don't know. As a videographer, I know a lot of people in the game who really don't get that much attention, but they're very popular videographers who get huge, $100,000 budgets on their video, and like that's kind of that's where I'm trying to be.
It's like, do you even need that much?
You don't need the clout. You don't need clout. You just need to be known and have connections to who to get those types of jobs. You don't need comments on your video or whatever.
Especially as a videographer, because it's not your name. It's DirectorAve, so it's not like it's Cole Bennett, like it's actual name where they can just dog you like that.
Yeah,
they can dog your brand.
Yeah,
but it's like you're doing a good job at like keeping it a little separated and stuff.
Yeah. That's another reason for my name switch. Like I never wanted to just go as myself, because especially
switch. Okay, wait. What were some of the names before?
Some of them. The last name I had, which is the one I'll talk about, was A Visionary. Okay. And I was running, actually with him. I was running a little production company called Visionary Culture for like a little bit. But after a while, I realized that I was like the only person working for the company. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it's me. It's just me. So like I wanted to have that separation between me and the brand, but I didn't want it to be so much that it's like a whole production company that I'm behind that doesn't have like, my name in it. But
now we're here.
Now we're here. It's just me, and it's been just me for a while, and I like it that way. I would love to, eventually build a team of other creatives and bring more editors on deck, and have a whole team of 3D animators tackling videos, knocking out whole projects in one day. Like, that's great. That's the dream. But
hell yeah.
For now,
and you'll get there.
No, I believe it too. And for now, I'm happy by myself, and I get work done by myself. But for someone to be on my team, they got to be at a certain level of editing that, it doesn't come from a couple months of learning. It comes from years of studying 3D animation, which is, it's hard to
that 10,000 hours.
Yeah, and it's hard to ask someone to get on your team with that kind of dedication that they already put into their craft. Because if I could get people on my team, but it'd almost be too expensive at this point. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting the budgets of the videos high enough for me to feel like I need to hire someone else, and my other option,
you can just start employing staff. And
yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah. I don't have. It would be too expensive for anyone around here, at least around Denver. Out of state maybe, but.
So now that you're a videographer, but you're still entrenched within the music scene and. Hip hop, even the video guys are getting hurt now. And even the bloggers and the interviewers are getting in the beefs with either other radio personalities or rappers. So it's all intertwined, and it's also intertwined with the street bullshit. Mm-hmm. what do you think are some things you do to protect yourself from that nonsense?
Honestly,
That nonsense.
yeah, it is nonsense. Honestly, I try to stay as positive as possible, and that's really all you can do. Like, if you follow me and you show me love, and you got your own wave going, I'ma support that. I'ma follow back, like and comment on your posts, and show as much love as I can.
Without it being too much.
I can't fully ride for you. You're not my family, but if you're a fan or a follower, I'll try to support you back. And I feel like the best way to stay out of beefs and problems is just to stay positive. Obviously, there's some shit you can't avoid. Like I might
If someone got a problem with you, then they got a problem with you. Like,
yeah, but I mean, they might have a problem like with not necessarily me, maybe someone I worked with, maybe like maybe it's rival gangs that I shot a video for, like and then that's so outside of my control. Like
Yeah, you're
I
just trying
can't
to
just
work.
I can't just like not take videos from Bloods if Crips are hitting me up too. I'm gonna work with everybody I can and try to show love. Like I'm not on anyone's team, so like
Yeah.
I'm riding for whoever's paying me, really. And I'll support you. I'll support both sides. And if it comes down to people have so much of a problem with another person that it's messing up my business, then yeah, like I'll stay away from some people. Some people just cause too much problems, and I do reject some people who hit me up for various reasons. Some people are some
Yeah,
people
what are
are
some of the reasons?
some people are
Please.
in a lot of beefs with other, like constantly trying to start beefs. Some people are just horrible, and I won't even work with them. Like,
and that
I
doesn't
don't-
mean they can't get better.
yeah, it's
You know,
just that
but at the
at the moment right now,
I don't
like
wanna do
your wave, it's you got to work on your music. I don't know. Another reason, like I don't know. I don't like working with anybody who's not black who says the N word. Like
Tell me about it,
That's like
please.
a personal policy, and it's hard in Denver because that shit is pretty common. But yeah, I don't want any weird stuff getting in between me and my business. If
Nah, they saying it. Nah, they saying you mean nigga or like nigger.
either
both.
either way, if you're not black, like I'd rather distance myself and just not have to deal with anybody who has an opinion, even if most people might not care. It'll be a portion of people who do care, and I don't. I'd rather I got the biggest amount of respect and love for black people. They brought me up from a position of not being in the music industry to being successful in it. So
Yeah. Yeah, because you're fucking with a genre of music that's predominantly black.
yeah, so personally, I just want to have respect for them, and my respect. I hope that they understand what it is. I'ma just try to show that respect in whatever way I can.
And that's honorable. I like that. Like I know white boys who say nigga and stuff, and I let them do it. But I let them know. I'm like, do you really want to be that guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You don't want to be that guy. 'Cause
explain to me why you have to say that shit. And then also, like, look at me, bro. Look at me. I got these thick glasses on. You know what I'm saying? I'm skinny as fuck. I got flowers on my arm. I don't look tough. I don't look tough at all. I look like food out here. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying nigga to me because you think I'm soft? Or do you go to the hood? Do you go to the hood and you dapping everyone up like, yeah, what's up, nigga? And they're like, oh, what's up, Tom? Like, what's going on?
That's probably not what's going on, and that's it's obvious when you look at someone and they use the word and that given the opportunity to present their vision in front of the culture, that the culture would just reject it.
Yeah, like you can't be big.
You're not gonna be big in the culture as a white dude saying that. Like that's
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. I think Caskey said it once on one of his songs.
Yeah,
and it was in context, so I get what he was saying. But I was like,
don't go there. Respect black people. Black people created this genre, so like just respect what they're even giving you the opportunity to be in the genre.
Yeah, It's honestly, it's pretty easy to get along with niggas for real.
Yeah, no,
But,
that won't cause you any problems unless you do that. You know,
Yo.
that'll be the first problem that you have with a black person. So just don't go there.
Yeah, yeah. So make sure you listen to DirectorAve here
Yeah.
when it comes to bad words. All right.
Yeah,
So why so much focus on the 3D animation? You want to smoke that?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Some people think I do these interviews for an excuse to get lit.
that's a great excuse to get lit.
They might know. Might be true, bro.
So I personally, 3D kind of came to me as like, I don't know, I was doing, like I said, I was doing visual effects in 2011.
Wait, do you remember the show Reboot? But you say you're 23?
Yeah.
Okay, it was like old Toonami shit, and it was like 3D, like the way like you do your 3D stuff, or like the way you can see .com Nervin doing like the 3D stuff. It's like that. It's like early, but it was a show. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
For
Cut you
sure.
off.
I've been doing visual effects for a long time, and I was doing visual effects before I kind of even moved over to music, and before I was even doing video stuff. And at a portion of my life, I was doing a lot of regular music videos, and I was doing music, and I realized, I should tie that together and start doing music videos. And from there, I saw, I can kind of have a visual effects background, and I started to see the music video industry, the people who, shoot music videos on a Canon camera. You can get a 4K camera nowadays for
What, $600?
Yeah, 600. You can get a really good one for $1,000. Like the barrier of entry is not what it used to be. And I just saw the market getting super saturated, and I knew I had to stand out in some way. Like I knew I couldn't just make normal music videos and expect to get, some outside recognition from it. And not much respect to everybody who is doing regular videos and is successful with it. But I saw the future of music videos as what's the next level of production value? What do movies have, which is, the highest level of production value that rap videos don't have? And the answer is high level visual effects. And up until, the point I started really focusing on 3D, nobody outside of like maybe Travis Scott or Kanye West or like the biggest superstars were the only people who would touch those level of visual effects, because if you wanted that done, it was very expensive. It wasn't cheap. Like, you had to hire
find someone who wants to do that shit too.
Yeah, for rappers.
Yeah.
Which, is not most visual effects artists, at least when I got into it, were not even fans of rap music. Like that culture was a clash at the beginning. It was a really big struggle trying to convince rappers that, oh yeah, we should do 3D animation for your music video. They're like, oh, that's soft. Like I don't fuck with that. But
What the fuck?
as time went on, I started to do it for bigger and bigger artists. They're like, I see what we can do. Literally anything now. I could be on the moon, literally.
Yeah.
I get it now. And especially during 2020, once the pandemic hit, the pandemic was one of the best things for business, because people were just like, oh, how can we shoot a video without meeting up? Animation.
Yeah.
So from there, honestly, the path to getting people to accept animation, because I feel like I was one of the first people doing animation, at least my style, 3D animation.
Honestly, I can only name a handful of people, and I've been paying attention for a long time, and I look at everybody's shit.
In 2020 though, 2020 changed the game. Like I got plugged in with a lot of these dudes, but everybody from Drake to fucking, Dolph to, from street dudes to like singer dudes, everybody in the rap game had at least one piece of 3D animation on their timeline this year.
Yep. The last one was that owl animation that Drake and Khaled did. It was like driving around, flying around Greece.
That's my boy Television. I got tapped in with him earlier this year.
Cool.
So,
Hell yeah.
So We tapped in, and it's a small, very small community of 3D animators in the rap game. Like only a couple people.
Bro, the rap scene or the rap game in general is a small circle.
It's a small circle. It gets smaller and smaller once you get a lot of people want to be rappers. A lot of people want to be producers, and as the jobs get harder, like the technical aspect of it, producing is pretty easy technically. Engineering is definitely a step up. Shooting videos is a step up from that. 3D. I'm trying to take it to the next level. Like honestly, to talk about my next moves, like I'm trying to get into like I've been like low key doing a little bit of coding my whole life, but never anything like serious enough.
You want a Viper?
I'm trying to get into like AI and like trying to figure out what the next, like I feel like I'm on the current wave now. Like 3D animation is like a current wave, but
even if that shit were to die, which I doubt it, you would be ready to do something else.
I want to be on the next wave before 3D dies, which I think I just want to get my whole mission in life has been expanding my knowledge of technical aspects of different programs, from audio engineering programs, making beats, to this 3D stuff and programming. So
fuck yeah. So okay, so do you think, and we can skip this one, but who are some of the influences for video making, for editing and video making?
Yeah.
Do you have any influences
I would say
that you'd like to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, I would say my favorite music video directors is a group called Brother. They did like all the Travis's. They did the Goosebumps video. Okay. They did Butterfly Effect. Yeah. They did a bunch of really trippy, like super wavy videos, and I'm a big fan of their effects because they do a lot of really trippy visuals. Another director I'm a fan of is Kid Art. He does like, I don't know, I like the way he shoots. Yeah, I like the way he shoots. He does like a lot of photography interlaced with like the video, so it'll like flash photos in it, and he just clean with it. As far as animators go, like I said, television, he's dope. Hoping to get on a project with him for someone big this year. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He's working with everybody in the music industry this year, so he definitely inspires me as on the career side of it and getting contacts. Like, he's mad plugged in, so him for sure. I don't know, like I would just say like movies in general inspire me, like movies with a lot of visual effects, because that's the level
you
of
seen Hotel Artemis? I just watched it the other day. It's just dope. Okay, scratch that. What movies? What movies are we talking about? Because I really with movies, the thing I enjoy the most about it is how it's edited. Yeah, the actors got whatever, they're reading their lines, and I guess I believe that they're wherever they're at, But something like Inglourious Basterds and shit, just the way you put the music, the way you cut shit, you slow-mo at certain times. Oh, what the fuck is this? Is this meth?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's got a carp on the top. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so what are some
we
of the
smoking
movies
meth up here, but besides that, movies.
Colorado shit,
Movies, I would say some of my favorite movies are Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
Doctor Strange, like that's like a mind. That's like, I'm like a big fan of movies that kind of like mind fuck you, like visually.
Like Inception.
That's
kind of fucks you up, right?
Yes, Inception. The other one I was gonna say is Interstellar.
Yo, that was a great movie.
Yo, that's a trip. Like, I don't know, the way that also like 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's like a classic. That's made in like the '60s about what the future would look like, and they made that before we even went to the moon, and the way that they portrayed space and the visual effects, knowing that it was made in 1968, like that's a masterpiece for sure. That's definitely an inspirational movie. So
great movie.
So
great movie.
Really sci-fi movies with a heavy like visual effects background are like definitely my wave. Like I kind of want to bring like my first 3D rap video that I got paid for was kind of like an inspiration like from Star Wars. Like
Fuck
it was
yeah.
like it was just all like
Yeah, well, is that like you think that was this project we're talking about, was that like the first one you got paid off of? Was it the first one that really, like, you know how like you're a confident guy, and you work hard, but there's still some self-doubt. There's got to be some self-doubt in there. Do you have a project, if it's not the one you're talking about, that you watch for yourself and you're like, all right, like I got this. Maybe this isn't perfect, but I got something, bro. I got something. Or does that go all the way back?
Honestly, it probably wasn't even that one. Like, I don't know. I'm confident, but highly self-critical. So I kind of like want to hate on all my projects at the same time. So I would say like, I don't know, the one that really made me feel like, oh, like this is like, this is something that I can stay in, that people actually, I was getting love before this, but like Trev Rich's video was definitely, at least locally, like that kind of put me in a different category. People.
And that's Talk a Lot, right? That one? Is that Talk a Lot?
No, it's Mesmerized.
Mesmerized.
It's from his last project. Trev's shout out to Trev. Trev is a really good person. Like on like,
he seems like it.
He's a holy person, and shout out to him because, he saw it before a lot of other Denver artists saw my vision. He's respected as one of the biggest around here. So, for him to see the vision early was, also Trace Chapman. Shout out to him. He's a Denver artist who saw the vision early, but I think my video with Trev was the moment where I was like, like this, I could stay in Denver for a little bit and do this and be successful with it.
And that's fucking great. Okay. So Trev's up there. Who else? Because I'm having trouble. I'm still new here, and I'm trying to figure out who the like Denver goats are. I interviewed somebody. He was 37, so he knew a little more about like old school Denver rappers. Yeah. And I can't remember the names he told me, but they were new to me. Okay. I'm from Ohio. I'm from Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, who are the Cleveland goats? I could be like Bone Thugs. I could be like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
I could be like King Chip. I could be like Ray Cash. I could be like a couple other people too, younger people like Chapo and Joey Ocho now. They're less lyrical, but they're more fun, And then even in the rest of Ohio, we still got Stally, we got Trippie Redd from Canton, from where the Browns from and shit. So I need to know like who are some of the Denver goats, Colorado goats.
So I don't know if you've been seeing. There's been a lot of lists that carb on there.
Okay, this is a video.
Yeah. There's been a few lists that came out this year. Maha did one, a couple other blogs around here did one, and obviously everybody got their own opinions about who's the top of the game, and you could there's a lot of different ways to judge it. Like who are the OGs? I'm gonna give it to Trev Rich, because I think he's the overall GOAT, because although his music isn't as known as it should be, and he's not worldwide famous as an artist, as a writer he is, and he's not as famous for it because it's a behind the scenes role, but he's done more in the industry than anyone else on the writing side. He writes for like all sorts of regular industry. He gets invited to all sorts of writing
movie
sessions.
placements.
Yeah.
Like that.
As an artist, that's another flex for me. He's Grammy nominated.
And that's one. Yeah. So once you're Grammy nominated, the price goes way up.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of artists don't understand. I think they always want that video, right? That has a cajillion views and like all these streams and stuff. But the thing is, like, if you can get your music into movies or shows, like that's you're getting paid.
Yeah, no, I think he probably made more off of music than anyone else on the writing side. Like the music, there's the most money to be made as a rapper, but it's very hard to make that money because it's an uphill battle until you get a lot of fans supporting you, and then it's kind of quick money because music is a young man's game. Like, I think being
I don't agree with that.
you don't think so?
No, because I think when you're selling music, you're selling the image of this artist, and it's easier to sell something young,
Yeah,
right? Because you look like someone younger, and when you're younger, you don't realize that you're getting jerked. You know, you don't know business the way they do.
oh for sure.
Why the fuck would I, as a CEO, want to sign somebody who's 28, talented, but knows the game? So I really gotta split my money. Or I could sign someone who's 21, doesn't know better. I could give them 15 bands, and
Yeah,
they'll think that's the shit, and
yeah,
then have half of their shit for 10 years.
yeah.
That's
I
why I
think,
don't feel like it's a young man game, because too
yeah,
many young men are getting fucked up
yeah.
for it to be a young man's game.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is because I feel like the youth pushes the culture. Like, uh, like the kids who are kids right now are going to be in charge of what the popular music of, 2030 is going to be. I think kids kind of create the wave, and it pushes up from there. Like TikTok, for a long time, a lot of people thought TikTok was only for kids. And now I see lawyers, doctors, all nurses just dancing on TikTok, like trying to show off information.
Too
So
much information.
yeah, no, I feel like TikTok's a good place to get to actually learn something though too, because people, it's a quick 1 minute video to explain as much as you can about your whole career.
TikTok is definitely one of the top promotion tools right now. You know, you get a hot TikTok girl to dance to your song.
And they create a challenge that other people start dancing. Yeah, no, if you can get your song or your clip of the song, up to the
And that's
top
beautiful.
TikTokers, yeah,
That's beautiful because that's work share. That's like Lyft or Uber. Like this, we're just working with each other. You know, we're not really asking somebody. The people who are above you got to just give you a check now.
exactly.
So, fuck. Do you have like a number? Do you have like a number of followers or like a number of views you're like reaching or trying to reach as like a milestone for yourself? Do you push yourself in that way?
I would say like no. I realized that even at the point that I'm at now, at one point in my life, the point where I'm at now was a goal and a dream. So for me I would just have to keep increasing the number every interview we have. Next time you see me, my number might be 10 times the number it was. But yeah, I don't think focusing on the dollars or the views or the likes or the comments is a way to live. Like you're gonna be wanting more and more and more no matter how much you get. So I would say my goals are more like connection based. Like that's what's gonna bring me the most joy. Like shooting a video for my top couple favorite artists in the game would be probably more meaningful to me than getting, whether it's 1 million views or 10 million or whatever that number is. But I feel successful right now, and I definitely, if I was the 18-year-old version of me looking up at me now, I'm like, damn, I didn't see that coming. So I feel good, but like I can't put a number down because I would just keep increasing it every time because I know I'm gonna hit it. I'm just more focused on the quality of my art specifically, getting better so I can get bigger jobs and, I wanna get my connections based off the quality of my work, and the numbers, they're not gonna bring anyone true happiness at the end of the day.
That's true, bro. It's very wise, sir. Well, can you drop all your tags and where we can find you and whatever you want to do?
Yeah, so I'm DirectorAve on everything: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, hit me up on there and show love. I show love to everybody who shows me love. So
It's that easy.
hell yeah,
And one more time for my millions and billions of fans. Who did I have here?
DirectorAve.
Yes, sir.